Hello and welcome to another video from AVForums. I'm Phil Hinton and I've been the site editor since 2003. In today's video we're going to take a look at 3 speaker systems from LG that feature Meridian technology to improve sound quality at various price points. These include the SN11RG Immersive Audio Soundbar, the PN7 XBOOM speaker and the PL7 Baby XBOOM Go wireless speaker. Meridian is a British audio brand that's been developing high-end digital products and solutions since the 1970s. The company has spent decades pioneering DSP digital signal processing, psychoacoustics, surround sound technologies, system tuning and room equalization. Meridian has also formed strategic partnerships with other major brands, and the latest is with LG. Meridian has worked in conjunction with LG engineers to bring these technologies to their products. We have a full in-depth and detailed written review of the LG SN11RG available on AVForums.com, which covers in more detail the sound quality, design and performance of the soundbar system. Also, if you like our videos and want to see more of them while supporting our channel, then please like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell to be informed every time we upload new video content. You can also find a link to our Patreon in the video description. Also, don't forget to check out the Soundbar forum at Europe's largest AV community on AVForums to see what owners of this soundbar think about it after long-term use in their homes. The LG SN11RG is the company's flagship soundbar for 2020 and adds wireless rear speakers incorporating upward-firing drivers for a fully immersive 7.1.4 channel experience with Dolby Atmos and DTS:X object-based audio. It also features AI room calibration, EARC, Chromecast, support for high-res audio and built-in Google Assistant. It is an all-in-one 7.1.4 home cinema immersive audio system that comes in one big gigantic box. This includes 2 wireless but mains-powered rear speakers with forward-firing speakers and upward-firing drivers built into the top of the cabinet. These surrounds link to the main soundbar automatically via a pairing button at the rear of the cabinet, and also tell you which side they should be placed, with a left or right on the rear of the box. They're well built with the same brush metal effect as the main speaker, and of course should be placed at the rear of the room, but because you can't separately set the volume for each individual rear speaker, they do need to be roughly the same distance from the listening position so they're the same volume. Also in the box is a wireless subwoofer which uses a 7-inch forward-firing front driver with a rear port, and while it's wireless it will also require connecting to a power socket. The subwoofer also pairs to the main soundbar automatically, or you can press the pair switch at the rear of the unit. The design and materials match those of the main soundbar and the surround speakers. The main soundbar has a sleek frame with curved edges and a low form factor. The build quality is excellent with a moulded plastic chassis, a full-length wraparound perforated metal grille and circular metal grills to the top. It uses a black and dark grey colour scheme with a brushed aluminium finish to the top. There is an LED display to the front of the soundbar which displays which mode it's in, as well as any settings you want to adjust and which connection it's using. It will also display if it's receiving a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Around the back of the main unit are the connections, and we have 2 HDMI 2.0B inputs and an HDMI 2.0B output which supports EARC. The HDMI ports are also capable of 4K, HDCP 2.3 and high dynamic range including HDR10 and Dolby Vision, but it doesn't support HDR10+. There's also an optical digital input and USB port, but no Ethernet port for a wired connection. As a result, you'll need to go wireless and use the Google Home app to do that. The provided remote control is very small with large volume buttons, function key and mute button to the top, with smaller buttons below for sound effects, individual channel volumes and more. It's a light plastic affair that's likely to get lost easily, so we would recommend using the LG Wi-Fi speaker app, which has more options than the physical remote, such as the automatic calibration feature. The main soundbar is slim enough to sit under most modern TVs, and in our case we used it with an LG G10 65-inch OLED, which has slightly long stand feet, which meant that we had to place the soundbar slightly in front of the screen and it sits on the edge of our stand, which is not ideal. Just be aware of how long the soundbar is and how much room you will require with your specific TV. The LG SN11RG features a fantastic overall performance with an expansive and powerful soundstage that will perfectly complement bigger screen sizes and larger rooms. Depending on your ceiling and its height, the up-firing units can also be very effective, and the subwoofer lays down a solid foundation of bass. Whether you're catching up with your favourite TV show, watching a movie, or even listening to music, this impressive soundbar will deliver the goods. It has a warm and rich sound that combines an energetic and full-bodied delivery, resulting in a performance that's both exciting and enjoyable, especially when you delve into the wonderful world of object-based audio. The use of Meridian DSP technology obviously pays dividends here with the final sound quality on offer. The SN11 sounds fantastic, it's simple to set up and easy to optimise thanks to the AI room correction feature. It also boasts a host of useful features that include support for EARC, Chromecast, various sound modes and high-res audio, along with built-in Google Assistant. In fact, this soundbar is hard to fault and offers a nearly flawless package. Overall, this is an impressive effort from LG and should prove ideal for anyone wanting full immersion without the hassle of an AV receiver and full-on speaker package. The LG PN7 is part of the company's recently launched XBOOM Go range of portable, water-resistant Bluetooth speakers. The PN7 uses proprietary Meridian technology, and this includes DTS Stereo Plus. It also includes dual action bass with woofers at each end of the unit, a sound boost mode, remote app, and a party link for adding up to 100 units, as well as party lighting. The speaker works with Google Assistant on Android and Siri on iOS. Plus, if you own a 2020 LG TV, you could use two of the same model as surround channels. The PN7 costs around about £119 at the time of this video in November 2020 and is available exclusively at Curry's PC World. The PN7 Go has a strangely angular shape that's dominated by the handle along the front bottom of the cabinet. There's a mesh grille at the front with a pair of drivers behind and lighting in the centre which illuminates them. There are buttons to the top of the unit for power, Bluetooth, volume, play, pause, mic, DTS sound and sound boost, and the main method of connection is obviously Bluetooth. There's also some physical connections to the rear of the speaker behind a removable cover, and here you'll find a 3.5mm auxiliary input, a USB-C connector for recharging the battery, and there's also some buttons in the rear section for setting up the dual mode and resetting the unit. The main way to control the speaker is via the XBOOM app available for Android and iOS, and this allows further setup options including a selection of lighting effects if that's your kind of thing, and the good thing is that they can be switched off. The PN7 proved to be a better sounding speaker than you'd perhaps expect given it's aimed at the portable and party market. This sonic prowess is undoubtedly in part due to the involvement of Meridian, which brings its expertise to bear on this speaker's performance. As a result, there's a precision and balance to the overall soundstage that makes this a good speaker for critical listening as well as more social use. This is undeniably a great sounding speaker, and it benefits from solid engineering combined with cutting edge tech. The result is a clean, detailed and balanced sound that's sure to please regardless of where you use it and what you're listening to. The DTS Stereo Plus feature is also genuinely effective, producing a bigger and more immersive soundstage. You can read our full in-depth review at AVForums. We'll go into more detail about the PN7. It's an impressive effort, and the company's ongoing partnership with Meridian continues to pay dividends with sound quality, and it comes recommended. The PL7 XBOOM Go is a much smaller model compared to the PN7, but it also has many familiar and similar features, including the use as surround speakers with a 2020 LG TV. Like the PN7, the PL7 also uses proprietary Meridian technology and sports dual action bass thanks to woofers at each end, a sound boost mode, a remote app, a party link for adding up to 100 units, and of course party lighting for those that like that kind of thing. The PL7 also uses a simple but robust design with a sleek tubular shape and rounded edges where the bass drivers and lights are located. At the front is a mesh grille behind which are a pair of drivers, and the build quality is very good. The matte black rubberized finish makes the speaker comfortable to hold and it shouldn't slip out of your hands, but it also loves to attract fingerprints, so it will need constant cleaning. At the top is a battery life indicator along with a selection of touch sensitive controls, and it uses Bluetooth as its main connection. And it also works best with the LG XBOOM app via Android or iOS devices. There are also some physical connections to the rear of the speaker behind a removable cover, and here you'll find a USB 2.0 port for charging other devices, a 3.5mm auxiliary input and a USB-C connector for recharging the battery. There are also buttons for changing the lighting, setting up the dual mode multiple speakers and resetting the unit. The PL7 XBOOM Go delivers a genuinely impressive sonic performance, which one assumes is thanks to Meridian's involvement. The overall delivery is clean and detailed, with an uncluttered mid-range and a well-defined treble. There's also a surprising amount of bass considering this speaker's size, and thanks to its unusual design, the bass woofers can be seen moving and vibrating at either end of the unit. The PL7 may have been designed as a portable speaker and for parties, but it's certainly capable of handling the audio duties on a desktop, for example. Switching off all the lighting effects, and this speaker is good enough to use for background music in most environments and small rooms. Naturally, there's little in the way of any real stereo separation or imaging, but there's plenty of power in this small speaker, allowing it to sound much bigger than it actually is. You can read our full in-depth review at AVForums, where we cover in more detail about the design and usage as well as the sound quality of the PL7. And if you're looking for a small, well-built and rugged speaker for background music for your office or parties, the PL7 offers a sound which is much bigger than its physical size, and it comes recommended. Thanks for watching.